everybody, Apple here, and I know it's been a couple of days, few days actually, since I've been back from Dragoncon, but I finally got a chance to sit down and make a video, and hopefully my voice won't go all Terminator because of the audio. My computer has been doing that a lot to me. So, why don't I get into it? Dragoncon was freaking amazing. It was epic beyond proportions. If you have never been to Dragoncon, I seriously suggest that you should go next year or sometime in the future, like sometime before you die, basically. It is like the mecca for all nerds of all fandoms. So I get there Saturday morning, and I stand in line for registration. Luckily, I had my aunt and uncle and cousin were already in line, so I didn't have to go all the way to the back of the line, which I was very happy about. And during registration, my plan was I was only going to register for Saturday and Sunday. But then I saw on the paper they didn't really give me that choice. And so I asked one of the workers, I was like, you know, I only want to go Saturday and Sunday. How do I sign up for that? And he's like, oh, you can't get a two-day pass for Saturday and Sunday. If you want, you can either sign up for Saturday through Monday, or you can get a day pass today, come back tomorrow, and get another day pass. Well, I'm not going to stand in the registration line again. So it was only $90 for the 3 days, and if you're wondering about the price, that's not bad considering a day pass at LeakyCon costs like $60. So that's not bad. That's the great thing about having all those people there. It makes it cheaper. So that was really cool, and then immediately I headed over to the Hyatt, which is where Catherine, my friend, and her friends, Corey and his fiance, were staying. And luckily, as soon as I get to their hotel room on the 14th floor of the Hyatt, the parade is starting, which I was really glad about. And they got a great view of Peachtree Street. They're right there on there. So we watched the parade, which that was a lot of fun. And Saturday's costume was Effie Trinket from the Hunger Games. Not a whole lot of people got poo. Oh well. A lot of people got my next day's costume, which was Tonks, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. And Saturday, it was a lot of fun. I stayed a little, you know, I didn't expect myself to stay as short amount of time as I did. I thought I was going to stay like a little later, but I ended up staying till like 6. But that day like dragged on. We kept looking at our watches and phones and all that. It's like, wow, it's only 1 o'clock. Wow, it's only, 3, and, all that. Not to say it was a boring day or anything, but it's just, it was a very long day. And I was wearing, a velvet blazer, a very itchy wig, gaucho pants, and boots. And so I was uncomfortable by the end of the day, so eventually I'm just like, screw it, take off the costume. So I took off the wig and the blazer, which made me feel a lot better. And we got passed by William freaking Shatner. Yeah, Captain Kirk himself, which was really cool. And it was just like, our day's been made, our life's been made, and then we got to see William Shatner. And so that was really cool. And we all just kind of, fanned over that. And it was a lot of fun walking around and seeing the different costumes and panels. We checked out my friend Hanako's panel, which was a fan panel about the bravery of Neville Longbottom, which was really cool, and there was a really well-dressed Neville Longbottom there. He had like the black eye, and he had the sword, and he was all Deathly Hallows Part 2 Neville. It was awesome, and so that was a lot of fun. And the next day I woke up extremely early, but I was very happy because I went to bed that early that night, and I got dressed in my Tonks costume, which was a lot more comfortable, I can tell you. Even though I'm wearing like a long coat and all that, it was still a lot more comfortable and a lot more cool than the Effie Trinket costume. And also it helped because it was like cloudy all day that day. Saturday it was hot. Sunday it was nice and cool and kind of drizzly and rainy a little bit, but not too much. It was just nice to cool you down. And I get there to the Hyatt, and I got a text message from Catherine earlier that day, like at 4 in the morning, which woke me up, and I checked it, and said that she might not be able to make to the Tom Felton panel, which we had planned to go that morning, which started at like 11:30. And if you know Dragoncon lines, you got to get there like an hour or more early if you want to get a good seat.
so she and said that she might not be able to go because she was just now getting back to her hotel room. Dragoncon has like this thing called Dragon Rave every night, which is for like all the fandoms. There are different balls and parties and all that for different fandoms, but then they have the where it's just the general public. Everybody that registered for Dragoncon can go. And you can go to any any ball or dance or anything like that, but this one's specifically for, you know, all the fandoms. It didn't matter, so that was really cool, which I didn't go, but I get in line, and I get in line just about when they have people moving outside, and they said, okay, you can stay at this part of the line break inside, because they didn't want to, like, block the restaurant that was in the Hyatt and all that, but you have to tell people they're not allowed to stand behind you. They have to go outside if they want to wait in line. And I did that. You know, it was less work that they had to do, and I didn't mind as long as they, you know, were keeping me there. And I also kind of made a deal with them that, because I texted Kathleen, and she said she was on her way. So I said, can I just have one more person? And they're like, you do this favor for me? I didn't see it. So I was like, sweet, alright, that's cool. And while waiting in line and I'm redirecting people and all that, very well-dressed Snape comes into the hallway, and all the girls are freaking out. They're like, oh my gosh, you know, getting pictures with him and everything, and I wish I would have brought my camera. I really do. But, and then a Bellatrix that was in line that I saw earlier getting into line. She kind of jumps out of the line and starts skipping around the hallway going, I killed Sirius Black, I killed Sirius Black. And everybody's like applauding and all that, and I just go, boo, because I'm Justice Tonks, you know, that's not cool. So she's like, who said that? And she's looking all pissed and all that. Of course it's, you know, out of fun. And I'm like, who do you think? And so she points her wand at me, and I point my wand at her, and she's like, I'm going to kill you. And I'm like, bring it. And she goes, Avada Kedavra! And I fall. I fall. To where, like, I'm laying on the ground for 5 seconds till she turns the corner and gets back in her spot, and then I just sit up and I go, ow! It hurt! But it was so worth it. It was so worth it. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. And it's, you know, I couldn't pass the chance of getting killed by Bellatrix Lestrange while I was dressed as Nymphadora Tonks. There was no way I could pass that up. And somebody that tried to actually get in line behind me said, that was awesome. And I was like, thank you. And then I redirected him back outside. So that was a lot of fun. And we got to see Tom Felton. Catherine made it in time. She left her badge, and then she had to wait up front at the door to get her badge. And then she came to sat with me. We got third row center seats to Tom Felton. And oh my gosh, he was gorgeous. He was so sweet. He was so kind. All the people that were in line for his panel were all girls. For his Q&A, the Q&A line. There were guys in the panel, in there watching, but everybody asking him questions were girls. So whenever a girl would walk away from the mic, he would say, thank you, lovely. And it was very sweet. And me and Catherine were like, I don't have a question for him. Neither do I. Well, let's just listen to him. Let's just listen to him. So we walked around, and that was really cool. And then we went to the Yule Ball. The Yule Ball was a lot of fun. I got to see a lot of my friends. I got to see Andrew Bates, who is the head of Order of the Dragon, and who also does a lot of cosplay as Mad-Eye Moody, and he's brilliant. And somebody actually asked a picture of me and him as Tonks and Moody. So that was really cool. I also got to see my friend Amaris, who's big into Lupin cosplay, and he actually is one of our writers at Wizarding Life, so I got to see him. I didn't see him at the Yule Ball, but I did see his girlfriend at the Yule Ball, so that was really cool. But I did see him earlier that day. I also got to see my friend Sketch McQuenna, who, as you know, who you might know, I wrote an article about his fandom projects, Harry Potter and the Half-Assed Parody, and Harry Potter and the Deadly Abridgment. And he was really nice, and he took a picture of me, and it was really fun. And I got to see my friend Phil at the steampunk ball, which was a lot of fun. And then I headed home at like 11:30 or midnight by taxi, and then I came back the next day. And the next day on Monday was kind of sad because it was rainy, and that's the day that they kind of like take things down at like noon. But I got to hang out with Catherine for a little while, and until she had to check out, and then I went to hang out. But first, that day, I went to go say hi to Amaris, and then I went to go say hi to the Order of the Dragon, and then I hung out with Catherine, and then after Catherine was done, I went to go hang out with the Fans for Christ, which is the group that I'm a part of, and everybody was really nice. I got to meet Steve Racer. I just wish I would have had my book, God Loves the Freak, so we could have signed it. I did, however, the day before, I got a signed copy of Ookie Spooky by Voltaire, and I also, which is a CD, who's a musician, Voltaire's a musician. I got this, that day, on Monday, because that's when I did most of my shopping. And I also got these fabulous knee-high socks. And all in all, it was just an epic day, and you guys need to go to Dragoncon. It is so wonderful, and I can't wait till next year. Oh, and my friend Josh, who does great Voldemort cosplay, he was dressed as Voldemort wonderfully, and he was at the Yule Ball, and he gave me the most awkward Voldy hug. It was so awesome, because he was like, come here, and I'm in character. I'm like, no, don't hug me. Oh, and another thing, a lot of people, a lot of my online friends kept telling me, you're a lot taller than I expected. And in case you want to know how tall that is, I'm 5'8.5", and I'm running out of time, so I gotta go. Bye.